Why? Why Sheik to those?
I don't know. This matchup's in Icy's favor. I don't know why we don't see Icy's love. Anyways, so I guess we can try to commentate. What Sheik wants to do is Sheik stuff to Sheik, basically.
Yes.
It's really volatile. It's whoever gets grabbed first, and whoever...
It seems they are playing chain grabs.
Yes.
I believe that Sheik will win.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's really important to note in this match that Sheik's forward tilt is really good.
Is that a reference to Axe?
Yeah. Sheik, a lot of the stuff Sheik wants to do is she's just gonna do it. It's really who gets hit first and who carries their combos the longest.
Who gets grabbed?
Yeah.
Who gets a grab and who doesn't mess up the grab?
Yeah. It's really not that deep of a matchup, to be honest. Like, there's... Again, this is the matchup. I don't know why. Hopefully, if Fang loses this match... Also, you need to reset the scores. If Fang wins this match, hopefully we'll see some ICs play. Because I know a little bit about ICs.
I love watching ICs.
I do too. ICs are just more fun to watch, I would say, in this. Even if wobbling is still a thing, like, it's not that bad.
Even without wobbling, they have so many cool grabs, like chain grabs.
Yeah. Oh, ICs are just a cool character.
Yeah.
Down throw chain grab. Sopo has a down throw chain grab on Sheik. It's guaranteed up to a certain percent. If they DI in, it's guaranteed like forever. So fun fact, don't DI in. Generally DI away. Even if you DI away, ICs have tools like they can run short hop back air. It works at like nearly every percent. ICs have really cool grab shenanigans in general, so. And this has just been a really dominant match here from Princess Bumblebee. I'm not entirely sure why Fang will like it. Maybe try to prove a point and show some disrespect. But
it's definitely not working.
Yeah, Princess Bumblebee's Sheik is just being super on point today. You do see...
his Sheik's really good at doing Sheik things, for sure.
Yeah. And one thing you see from Princess Bumblebee is that his wave dash is really not that crisp a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
It's just because of the way he waves dash. He uses the analog stick rather than short hops with Y.
That's weird. He tap jumps?
Yeah, he tap jumps.
Wow.
So he has to tap jump and then move it back over. Again, Fang has gotten put into several bad positions here just by getting grabbed.
Stocks, that way he goes ice climbers.
I'm sure he's going to go ice climbers.
He might go peach, to be honest.
He might, but it's in Icy's favor. And once we see Will show his power level here. So again, there's really not much to say about this matchup. So we can talk about...
Like this is very possible for Will to come back, Fang to come back here. Even it's kind of like a Fox. It's kind of like a Fox to though. It's very volatile.
It is, but at the same time, he's at 102%. A fair.
All he needs is a chain grab on each stock, and you can kill him.
I mean, you're right.
It's unlikely. Unlikely.
Well, it's the same argument with Icy's. All you need is a grab and a wobble for each stock if you're down 3 stocks.
Well,
and
you're not wrong.
I know I'm not. Are you playing Ice?
Oh no! Please don't play more Sheik. Is he really?
So we've got Princess Bumblebee calling Fang out on his sandbagging, and
I can't tell you guys apart.
Fang is red. How is that hard to tell apart?
I'm sorry, I'm genetically damaged. That's not my fault. I was literally born that way. I'm cone deficient. Stop making fun of my handicap.
Tommy Albiest.
What?
Anyways, back to the match. No, I'm not colorblind. God, you just want me to be just like you, Mitch. I'm my own person, okay? And again, this is a commentary. Yes, he's colorblind. He's also dumb.
That's very true.
So we can talk about cool stuff. I did not mean to exit out of that. I wanted to look at the tier list some more so we could discuss it and not worry about this. This is 2015 final one. They bumped Ganon down. They put Icy's at the top of B tier, which I entirely disagree with. I think Icy's are better than Falcon.
Well,
this is the argument. If you want to do the matchup against Spaceys, like, or just overall matchup spread, Ices have more advantageous matchups than Falcon does.
Well, does Captain Falcon have a bad matchup like the Ices do and Peach?
Well, again, that's one matchup out of...
And Falcon has a good matchup versus Ices, right? It's like 65-35, I believe.
I don't think it's that. It's probably 60-40. Because a lot of the Ices playstyle is really going to revolve around, like, putting hitboxes where he's going to want to be. So, like, Falcon's really just going to, like, run in short hop in the air a lot. You just put an up tilt right there. But the thing is, you can't react to it. You have to, like, go ahead and place preemptive hitboxes. And so Falcons are going to approach unsafely, generally. So, like, and because Icy's tractions, they can be punished really hard. And we see a bunch of ledge camping in here. And Fang has done a really good job of wiggling out of hit stun, which is something he's really good as a player. And that we should all probably do. And again, I don't understand why Princess Bumblebee is trying to fight Sheik on the ledge.
You can't challenge Sheik on the ledge, except when it works.
Except when it works like that. But of course, that's also when Fang messed up. Very clear difference between Game 1 and Game 2. Fang also, if he played Ices, this would probably be even more boring, because it would probably be even more one-sided. Because this matchup is in Icy's favor, even though some people argue that Nintendo lost to Shroomed, I think it was. I can't remember, or SFAT. I don't remember who he lost to, but people say it's now in like Sheik's favor, which it entirely is not.
Nintendo just played. Sheik could do to. I feel like it would be hard to break up the climbers.
It is. She also has a hard time killing mana. It's probably one of the worst things about it. A lot of other characters have really good time just killing mana, while Sheik has a hard time. It doesn't work as well. Like, it doesn't work as well as you think because of the way Nana recovers.
Ooh, wow. That was a nice recovery.
So discuss what I disagree about this current tier list, which you can also find on the, if you just Google Melee tier list 2015 Reddit final. It'll pop up. This isn't the official one, but it is very good. Like, I would disagree. Icy should be at least the bottom of A tier. Right.
I agree with that.
Currently, they're at the top of B tier. So, but Fox and Falco are again 1 and 2, and then Marth and Sheik. Who do you think would come in third there?
I believe they're pretty equal, but I think Marth is a better character.
I would argue the opposite. I think Sheik is probably the better character overall. Mainly because of the way Sheik is played, and especially because, like, there's, like, you see, like, people like Plup taking Sheik to, like, the next level currently with their tech chases. And Marth is kind of stagnated a little bit.
I feel like, Marth hasn't gotten much better in a long time.
But generally because Marth was played so much, this was like MTK and like players like him who really developed the meta.
Oh, yes.
But I feel like there's still a lot to be learned about every character in this game, especially low tiers. Generally, the most argument comes from like the low tiers, and I also would argue that Donkey Kong is not the top of F. I would argue he's the bottom of C. Because in this tier list, they have Donkey Kong at the top of F, and I think he's the bottom of C.
I would agree with that.
Game & Watch is definitely the best out of all the F tiers. Then Roy. I would argue, I may not be right, but my bias wants me to say that Pichu is better than Ness.
I would agree with that as well. Pichu's the most underrated character in Melee.
My favorite part about this tier list, currently there are 4 characters that Pichu is above, and that is beautiful.
Yes.
I would also argue, well, I don't know if Kirby would be worse than Bowser.
No, I don't think so. Bowser can't do anything in a lot of matchups,
especially with Sheik matchup, because that's like 90. That's okay. I would argue these are the 2 worst matchups in the entire game. Not the dumbest matchup. Sheik Bowser, Icy's Pichu. Those are the 2 worst matchups in the game. It is either 99-1 for either, or it's like 99-1 for Pichu Ices, or 95-5 Bowser, or maybe 99-1 for Bowser as well. Like, it's really rough. Again, like, we would commentate more in this match, but if nobody really wants to play play-by-play.
No, and neither of us know too much about Sheik.
Well, it's basically everything you say the first time. It's the same in every match. In this, whoever gets grabbed first is really important. Also, this is a really good stage for Sheik in general because her tilts can really place platforms, and they're no commitment, and that's a really unfortunate SD there by Fang.
It's still evened up though. At least he had a lead before he did that.
Yeah. Even if he didn't have a lead, you could probably argue that that was disrespectful if he intended it.
Oh, yeah.
One fun fact I do feel like it's important to mention about Sheik is that needles actually have a hurt box on them. So like moves like Ice Climber's Blizzard can actually phase through them. So the reason why like you see a lot of like say something needles the ground and like Sheik down smashes or Icy down smash, you'll hear like them hitting something because they have a hurt box. That's the only reason why Icy's Blizzard can go through needles, and they can't go through like any item or anything. That's one of the reasons why Blizzard is really hard against Peach, because like if Blizzard went through turnips or prevented turnips, then that matchup would be significantly easier, because that gives Icy's
a way to deal with turnips.
A way to deal with turnips, because currently there is no way for them to deal.
Oh no!
And that was just terrible. Terrible. 2 SDs in one game.
Wait, who won that game?
Play Peach. Go Peach.
No. Ice Climbers!
Yes.
Yes.
I think Fang just wants to make this. Fang just wants to make this tournament last as long as possible.
Basically,
some of us have the chemistry test in the morning that we need to study for. But
you could probably go ahead and play Ram Jam, and here goes the wobble. Fang did go through a little period when he came back off from, not tipped off from Big House, where he couldn't.
Start rapping. 2-1. He's up by 1 game. Start rapping.
And you see him, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but Fang as a player like wasn't able to wobble anymore when he came back from Big House, or wobble at Big House. So, and like he's been practicing it a lot. The only thing I would say I'm better than Will at as an Ice Climbers is not dropping a wobble. Like generally once I get it, I won't drop it if I'm counting and doing what I'm supposed to do. But again, he's fantastic ice. He's far better than me in every single aspect. Getting wobbles, he's better than me. Yeah, he sings, he's better than me.
His Sopo is so good too, and his movement with Ice Climbers, just watching him move.
I also haven't had a lot of time to practice recently. I haven't played. Nice, fair.
That was the most beautiful.
That was incredible. Somebody send this to GR Smash. We've got new Nana shenanigans. That didn't take the stock, but holy crap, did that make a statement? So basically, right now, this is reset neutral, and this should be stock. At that point, if Will would have... And we've got a wobble, and unfortunately we do drop it. Fun fact, if Will messes up a wobble or Fang messes up at a wobble at 0%, then he'll break out automatically.
Can't you, at 0%, can't you, match out?
Not if they do it frame perfectly, but if they don't, then yes. And now we've got the wobble. Unfortunately, he drops it.
Something I've always wondered about wobbles is, I know there's a large, like, beat per minute that you can have for the wobble.
It's 160 to 220. It's very large. Generally, I have a metronome. I don't think I still have it on this phone. It was on my last
phone. Question.
Okay, what's your question?
Alright, so, like, is it easier to mash out of a wobble if the guy goes more 220 beat per minute or 160 beat per minute?
Theoretically 160, because the 220... the way wobbling works is the game checks in between pummels for capture frames, for grab release frames. I can't remember exactly what the frames are called.
Okay.
And one of the things, because the game doesn't check, it checks it for when you're out of hit stun from the pummel. And so one of the things wobbling does is when Nana forward tilts, it prevents the game from checking. So theoretically, it really just depends on when it checks. So if it checks in between perfect intervals of like slower frames, then then that would be the ideal. But it works because I think in between that range, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
so basically, what you want to do if you're getting wobbled, I see a lot of people do this and it's wrong. When you wobble, you mash out, just keep mashing out for like a few seconds, and then hold buffer or roll away in case they drop it, and that was a really nice setup to a wobble there. And again, we see Will drop
when you say buffer or roll.
Buffer or roll. Well, in melee, you can buffer like things out of like shield and hit stun. So basically, like if you hold left on the C stick, you'll roll when you're in your shield. So if you hold L and then hold left or right on your C stick, you'll roll.
Okay. And another thing about mashing out, doesn't C stick not count as a
C stick
input?
does not count as inputs in melee. In PM, it does.
Okay.
But in melee, unfortunately, it does not.
Because I see a lot of people using their C stick on a mash out.
C6 does not do anything in melee. Does not count as inputs. Another really important thing in this matchup, ICs are going to really control the neutral, while Sheik just kind of want to go stay on platforms and platform camps. One of the most potent things is Blizzard, because it does. One of the reasons why this matchup is so hard for Sheik is because she loses one aspect of her playstyle. You can't be so grab heavy unless you immediately throw, because you grab and like you just basically get immediately punished, because Nana's still synced up, or even if you grab Nana instead, like it's still synced up. Like you're gonna get down smash more than likely, and that's really not what you want.
At what percent can Sopo chain grab?
It's low percents. It's like from 0 to 50, I assume. Okay. Nice. That was a really good pivot back air by Fang. One of the worst, because this matchup is so hard. It's not so hard. Sheik can still. It's hard. It's always going to be hard to fight against Sheik, basically.
Yes.
Because Sheik's a hard character to play against. I struggle with Sheik, even though this matchup is in IC's favor. I'm also not nearly as good as any of the Sheiks in this area, so.
Sheiks can really punish mistakes. Another thing that, going back to the tier list, I think Marth can do very well. You can't really make a lot of mistakes, I feel, against a Marth and a Sheik, because they can punish it so well. In my opinion.
Yeah, in your opinion. I think, well, even if you look at, like, say, look at the direct matchup between Marth and Sheik, it's in Sheik's favor. Sheik players complain about the matchup because it's hard, but Marth players also complain about the matchup because it's hard. It's hard on both sides. It's much more difficult, more so for Marth, but it's more like a 60-40 matchup. It's a typical like matchup in slight favor.
Is it the needles, do you know, that make that matchup?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It may be the needles. Really, it's not. So, one thing
that was a very good way to get rid of mana right there. That was pretty crucial. Now he needs to take this stock, I think, without getting too much damage done to him.
Yeah, he really just can't afford. Unfortunately, for some reason, he's just a little bit too far away from the ledge right there. And one thing Icy can do right here is it's kind of dangerous, and here goes a wobble. It's really dangerous for Sheik to sit there on the ledge like that, and
I think he's making kind of a mistake that a lot of Sheiks make, and they had that advantage of that really good fair off the ledge, and they try and get too aggressive with it and become predictable, and you can just outspace it, and Fang did a really good job of that right there with his Blizzard.
One of the things that it's dangerous for Sheik to do in this matchup is when she does ledge camp, which is another thing, when she does ledge camp, nice games, one of the hardest things to do is to do it perfectly, and